Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern, Ned Reynolds, back in the studio Tuesday morning, and we are getting closer and closer to when the pitchers and catchers report. I think we're about technically a month away right now, right?
Well, on February 20th, the Dodgers and Cubs will go to get their pitchers and catchers because they open before everybody else. A week, I should say, before the other teams open up. They go to Tokyo and open up there. But then everybody else will be the latter part of February, right in that area. And yeah, we're set to go.
And now that we are getting that close, there are some teams that are still hoping to do some moves, like the St. Louis Cardinals. Have they gotten any closer?
You know, I don't think so, not yet, but things may happen. It's kind of a complicated story because Nolan Arenado, the Cardinals want him gone. Not from a talent standpoint, they want him gone from a financial standpoint. Anyway, they've offered him to the Red Sox and the Tigers and Dodgers and all that sort of thing. Well, the roadblock here has been Alex Bregman, who is a third baseman for the Houston Astros. He is also a top prospect. Wherever he goes, well, they're not going to want Arenado. Well, anyway, Bregman may be going back to the Astros. The rumor is that he may re-sign with them today. So what's that do to Nolan Arenado? Well, the Yankees are said to be exploring a trade for Nolan, and maybe the deal with the Red Sox will be revived. Who knows? But it's probably going to get a whole lot more active, it being the hot stove league here in the next couple of weeks.
All the best to both parties involved. Now let's talk about the top-ranked college basketball teams in the country, which now should include a pretty close college. Am I right?
They're in the top 25. That is true. The number one team is Auburn, Bruce Pearl's team from the Southeastern Conference. To my knowledge, they haven't played Mizzou yet, but they probably will here in the next couple of weeks. Auburn number one, Duke is number two, and Missouri is rated number 21, and that's by the Associated Press. In the women's college rankings, UCLA is number one, followed by the national champions, South Carolina, number two. Hey, these rankings are subjective. The Associated Press is probably the paragon for all the college ranking systems. But, Mike, as everybody knows, the championship is decided on the court and not in the rankings. So there's a long way to go, and it should be interesting.
Yes, but as you said, it's subjective, the ranking, because as the Tigers proved, doesn't matter which number is for you, you can still win on that court no matter where and when. Speaking of which, what college scores did we get last night?
Well, there were just a few games, and Michigan defeated Penn State. Ohio State was a winner over Iowa. Duke, a 10-point win at Raleigh against North Carolina State, but the one that surprised everybody, Iowa State played out in Tucson, Arizona against the Arizona Wildcats. They are conference members as of this year, of course. So when the Iowa State Cyclones, who are number 3, took the court, they found Arizona was waiting for them, and the Wildcats won 86-76 over Iowa State. That's was totally unexpected.
When did the MSU Bears get back out on the court?
They are back on the court tomorrow night, and they will be in Terre Haute, Indiana, to play Indiana State. And Missouri State folks is still looking for that first conference win. They are 0-10 on the year. They're not that bad. They aren't good, but they're not that bad either. They're going to get that first win somewhere along the line. It's a young team that still hasn't quite come together yet, but I think they will. Well, the Bears play at Terre Haute, Indiana. Both the Drury teams will play at Upper Iowa on Thursday. That's the ladies and the men. Upper Iowa's in Fayette, Iowa. Missouri State's Lady Bears play at Bradley on Friday night, so the basketball season's getting very busy as we head toward tournament time.
We are getting closer and closer, and that is when I really start paying attention. The local college baseball action is getting ready to start rolling as we talk about pitchers and catchers reporting. That means they're getting started sooner.
Oh, they've been working out. Oh gosh, ever since the turn of the year. Both the Drury Panthers and the Baseball Bears in Missouri State have indoor facilities that they can practice in. But the first game is Friday of this week, and that game will start at 10 p.m. at Central Time. Oh, wait a minute. You're playing on a Friday night in it'd be actually late January 31st. That is true, but the game is in Honolulu. Drury will play Chaminade out in Honolulu, and that'll be the opening game. The Panthers will have 2 games on Saturday, February 1st, with Hawaii Pacific also in Honolulu. And then the Hawaii trip ends with a single game on Sunday night, the Panthers against Hawaii Pacific. Now, the Bears will open up their season on Friday, February 14th. Now, wait a minute. Why is there a 2-week difference between Drury and Missouri State? Well, February 14th is the date that all Division I teams can start. Division II teams can start on the 1st of February. So it's a 2-week difference. It's the rules of the NCAA. The Bears will open up their season 2 weeks from now in Huntsville, Texas. 3-game series with Sam Houston State. And that Sam Houston State, folks, is a future conference member of the Bears. That will be a conference game next year when the Bears join the Conference USA.
You know, as a Cardinals fan, sometimes you got to wonder what if, and that is definitely a question I'm sure that comes across the minds of a lot of fans when they see players moving around to other teams, and there's a former Cardinal that has got a new spot, doesn't he?
He will wear the bright orange and the dark navy blue of the Baltimore Orioles, and that new player on Baltimore who signed yesterday is Dylan Carlson, who was he's a St. Louis Cardinals #1 draft choice. A couple of years ago, played down here for a couple of years, was good. I wouldn't call him great, but he was good, and he did appear to be an individual who would make the big Cardinals team. Never did on a consistent basis, but became a free agent, and now Dylan Carlson will wear the uniform of the Baltimore Orioles, and that will be this year, 1-year contract. Hey, more power to him.
More power to him, and again, baseball, baby. We're getting closer, Ned. I know you're happy. Have a great Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow.